Jacob Zillman, Race Face Digital. You've I feel like you've been a part of a few of these that you've sometimes had to wait it out. As you guys were sitting there in the tri-oval waiting for official word, did you think you had won it, or were there questions in your mind?
I knew that it was just between the 27 and I, because I saw when the yellow light flashed getting into turn 3. I saw that flash, and right when it flashed, I looked left, and me and the 27 were like side by side, and we were half a car length ahead of the 2. So I knew it was only between him and I. Had no clue if if I had won it or he had won it. And then I was actually, when I was sitting in the tri-oval, I could see the TV screen that's down in the infield. And it looked like, from my vantage point, from where I'm sitting, which obviously I'm going to be biased to myself, but it looked like I had won. And just sitting there waiting always feels like a lifetime. That same thing happened to me at Daytona a few years back, where I had to sit there and wait to find out if I had won the race or not. And, you're kind of like, your stomach's kind of cramping up, and you're like, I don't know, you feel like you're like, all right, let's just breathe here. Like, it's going to be okay. If you win or you run second, it's fine. We had a good day. We ended up with a car that's clean, no issues, didn't break anything. And, when my spotter Derek Nealon came over the radio and said that we had won, man, it was like, oh God, thank you. Finally was able to get Talladega checked off the list. I had won at Daytona, Atlanta multiple times, but I haven't, won at Talladega. It's been eluded so many times here, so to be able to get that done is extremely special to me today.
How do you process everything that happened in that last two-thirds or so of a lap? Because you had a good car, but it seemed like your teammate had the dominant car that could just make a lot of moves that nobody else could, and yet when he moved down to try to take the run there with the and get around the 88, you found a hole, it looked like.
Yeah, I thought the 2 and the 21, I thought we both were fairly even. The 2 might have been a touch better than us, but overall, I thought that we had a really good car. We at least had a second-place car. And, there was a few moves that the 2 was making that was really aggressive, and I just didn't feel like there were certain times that I probably could have made a move, and I decided not to. I didn't think it was the right time to do it. So I felt like this race I might have not been as aggressive as what I normally am in the past, but we were still able to get up through there when we needed to get to the lead, all that stuff. And then I thought I had made a mistake going down into turn 1. I was behind the 48 pushing him, and I thought about ducking out of line of the 48. And right when I thought about it, the 2 actually did it. And when he got underneath me, I'm like, man, that really screwed me there. Like, I'm probably going to be done. And I fell back, to like 15th. I'm like top of 3, and I don't really have no help out back, not much. And then all of a sudden the 42 jumped up behind me, and then the 2 got shucked out, or something happened with the 2 where he got put to the top of 3. Okay, yeah, so they moved him up the racetrack, got him out of the way. And when I got to the 2, I'm like, I'm just committed, like full-blown pushing as hard as I possibly could in the corner, down the straightaway, obviously doing it where I'm kind of bumping him, because obviously that's our rule on the Xfinity side, but I'm pushing him with all I had, and somehow it built momentum for that top lane. And I know the bottom lane and middle lane, they started getting jumbled up, and you could hear cars having to lift and stuff to not wreck the guy in front of them. And then when we came to the white coming off of 2, I just like linked up to the 2 and just pushed him as hard as I possibly could. And when he turned left to go to the inside of the 88, I just was like, my only hope here to win the race is to stay top. And right when I decided to stay top, the 88 went across the 2's nose, wrecked. And then at that point, I knew I had some help out back. I was just wide open, and I'm like, well, if the caution comes out here, I got to be ahead of him. And somehow I got that surge right before the caution came out, just to barely get ahead of him. And I haven't seen a replay or a close-up of the picture of how close it was, but I know it was very close.